Hi there, friends. Thank you so much for joining my video today. We are here in our weekly Freedom Inspiration call talking about mindset today. So welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate your time to grow and better yourself. So the first question I have is, have you ever heard of beeline? A beeline, like he made a beeline to this, or they made a beeline to that. And what does it mean when someone says beeline? And I looked that up, and I'm going to read the definition of what beeline means. Because what we're going to start on is focus. Where is your focus? So the phrase beeline focus derives from the behavior of bees. When a forager bee finds a source of nectar, it returns to the hive and communicates its location to the other bees. Using a display called a waggle dance, that's what I said. The other bees are then able to fly directly to the source of the nectar. That is, make a beeline for it. So, welcome again. My very first question today is, what are we focused on? What are we beelining to exactly? Because in life, whether we're being general or specific, whatever we're focusing on is absolutely what we're attracting. In the beginning of the day, throughout the day, well, it tends to start with the beginning of the day. After we wake up, what we focus on most in the morning tends to set our kind of beeline basically for our day. Some people have heard of the plan of the day. What is your POD? What's your plan of the day? Anyway, firstly, what are we focusing on? And is it life giving, or is it death? And you may have heard this being said, like, is the glass half empty or half full, right? So are we focusing on life? And is that what we're receiving? Because the truth is, whatever we are focusing on is absolutely what we're receiving. Whether we believe in the law of attraction or whether we are a believer, this is what happens. This is what we receive. So I want to inspire in you to focus on what is life-giving. After you ask that question and after you realize what it is that you are focused on, then we have the choice to stay there and to continue in that habit, because it is a habit. What we focus on, what we chronically focus on, is a habit. It's a habit we create and we choose every single day, every moment of our day. So what are you choosing, and is it life-giving? And are you serving those around you with the life that you're receiving? Okay, so 4 inspirations. I'm going to give 4 inspirations here that I've received from my mentors on being our best self. So my number one goal that I have begun to focus on every single day from the moment my feet hit the ground is being my best self. Sounds really simple, and it really is. And this is what I've done in order to find my calling, to serve my higher purpose. This is all I do. There are 4 simple things here that I'm going to talk about. One is I choose the self I want to be. So you can choose the self you want to be. You want to think of who it is that inspires you, who motivates you to be better, to grow, to be a better person, to do the next right thing. Who is that does that to you? What are the names that come up first? Obviously, for me in my life, my mentors are Melody Ryba, Terry Hollis, and they've inspired in me, to really look deeper into who I am. Melody inspired me to do a Google search on leaders and successors, spiritual leaders, those women speakers that I find inspiring and who make me smile and who make me want to be a better person. And, some of those people are Oprah. Joyce Myers was another woman that I researched and read all about her testimony and was so inspired by. So, do your own search. Look at you and who inspires you and what inspires you, and then choose to do more of that. Choose to read more on them people and on that being in alignment. That's what it's about. It's being in alignment with who we really are. get older, we become parents, we have jobs all our life, a lot of us, and I do believe that we get stuck in areas of being something maybe too general, and we forget to get specific. We forget to give ourselves the time each day to do the things we love that make us smile and make us happy, just because of who we are, not because of what we're doing or who we're serving, right? But to be happy versus just having a happy, good time every now and then, right? Okay, so number 2 is accept where you are now. So this sounds really simple, very simple, but it really is deep. There's no getting anywhere else until we realize and know where exactly we are in our own self. And being okay with that makes a big difference too in getting to that next step, whatever that is for you. We got to know, what step are we on now? Where are we now? That's first, and what's needed to get to the next step. Being real about the changes maybe that we need to make, and the habits we might need to change. Accepting ourselves for all of our wounds and scars and everything that's come with who we are today. That is the most valuable thing we can do. One of the most valuable things we could do. I know, because I repeat it every single day. It's a habit and a practice that I've been practicing every single day, and that many do practice, and that we all should be practicing. Okay, so accept where you are now and be okay with who you are and where you are now. Because the truth is, everything true and eternal of God we have right now within us and cannot be taken away or stolen or anything like that. There's no lack. Okay. Number 3 is write down your plan. Write it down every day. I'm not joking. What is your plan? And write it down. And this is great because some of us don't realize we don't have a plan until we're going to write something down, and there's nothing really specific to write down. I'm talking about daily. So you can measure your results. I mean, if you're not writing anything down and you're not able to go back and read and look at what it was last week that was on your mind, see how it's changed this week, see what you've been doing, see how it's helped you or not. Your meditations you're doing, your books you're reading. In a week's time, you should feel and have some monumental growth in 7 days. That could be an entire book you could have read in a week, or a commitment to a specific time for meditation, right? I would recommend 21 days at least. My mentor recommended 90, and I did that. And I'm still doing it over and over. I'm just repeating it, 90 on 90 on 90 on 90. But what we commit to of our plan each day is what changes us. It's not the big things we put into practice, maybe like once a year during January, but it's those little things we do each day, excuse me, that is going to set our success up for us. For sure. It's not this huge thing, this huge big habit or change that we got to make, and or this job or this bank account or this relationship. Like, it's none of that is going to make us happy. It's knowing where we are, accepting it, having a plan each day to stay there, to stay feeling good in who we are. Okay, number 4, the last one. This is super valuable, maybe the most important on this list. Know how to change our state, because we can't, when we're in a crappy mood, we can't come to Facebook Messenger and connect with people. We can't build a relationship if we're struggling in our marriage at home, or in our relationship with our child. Maybe our child is grown and we have a strained relationship with them. It's going to be pretty hard to get online if you're in that state of mind, that frame of mind of, oh, I'm just having a hard time and I'm struggling and I'm not the best maybe parent, or maybe it's spouse. Anytime you have those thoughts and you're in a low energy frame or state of mind, it's important to know how to change that, because life is going to go on. We've got to continue showing up and creating and being the parent that is going to be the example to their child, being the spouse that is forgiving no matter what, and that loves and that serves the most. And, the boss that treats their employee like a family member versus like an employee, that kind of thing. These are all very, very important. And if we're not aligned and not in the, strong state of mind, it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect every single thing. You know, I go straight to meditation. If I find myself in that low state of energy, honestly, what I've realized is it's because I'm focusing on lack. It's because I'm either fearful, or I'm focusing on lack for sure. I have been writing it down, you know, when I get into my energy states that are ups and downs, and I've been writing a lot on how do I get here? What gets me here? And it's tending to be focusing on lack and just not feeling enough. And the truth is, we always have enough. We always are enough, period. God's the one doing the work in our lives, and we are being a representation of what that looks like physically, right? We say God's doing the work, but that doesn't mean we just sit home and pray and say, okay, God's going to make the deposits and we don't have to do anything. No, we've got to put into action the steps in the plan, right? So that God can work, and so that, excuse me, and so that at the end of the day, we are able to label our day a success, ourself a success, right? Because we have control of our own labels, right? Other people don't do that for us. They might try and attempt, and they may have in the past. However, we have that control to label ourselves, to put the beeline focus on who we want to be, and then to get there, to put the plan in and to make it happen, and to see it happen, right? To manifest. What is manifesting and what is the law of attraction? You know, it is basically just that one question. What are we focusing on? And that's what we're attracting. That's what we're manifesting. That's the blessings that are coming to us, divine blessings. It is what we're focusing on. And we have choices, you know, free will. We have a mind, and we have the ability to have control of it. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. Please, if you are new to the group, please schedule a one-on-one with me. You can send me a private message on Facebook, or you can leave a comment below this video, and I will reach out to you to schedule that. So thank you. I hope these tips, these inspirations from my mentors have helped you. If you want more, please, again, connect with me, and we can have a one-on-one, and we can get specific. If you have specific questions and things that you are focusing on and growing in your life, we can focus on those more one-on-one. All right, so thank you. Thank you so much for joining and listening. If you have any questions, feel free to just unmute and ask your questions, or chat if you have the time. Or if this was a great value and you were wonderful and you're off for your evening, then thank you. Thank you, and we'll talk again soon. And you know, I will end with my mantra. So this is one thing that I've added to my daily plan of the day, right? To my daily actions, my 30-day accountability steps that my mentor gives me. Melody, what I have is a daily mantra, and I include this in the morning, and this is something that I come to, you know, my goal is 3 times a day. Sometimes it's more than that, and sometimes it's less, but it's never less than 2 times a day, morning and night. Always morning and night, I meet my mantra. And now more, since all of these things and uncertainty is going on in the world, I come some days every hour to my mantra. So I want to read you what my mantra is today. This is actually this week. And then you can choose to put one into practice in your life, because just having this one sentence often brings me back to a level of peace where before I would have went and done a 15-minute meditation. But now I can often sit and close my eyes and really come to myself, who I am, right? Alignment with a basic mantra. And that's just a sentence that you say to yourself over and over again. It gets in your vibration, it gets in your energy, it becomes you, right? So my mantra this week is, my mind holds only what I think with God. And if you haven't heard of A Course in Miracles, that does come from that book. And I am going through this book, and it gives mantras each day, and it's been inspiring, and it's been a great spiritual lift for me each day to have this mantra that I come back to. So my mind holds only what I think with God. And very simple to remember. I write it down and often have a sticky with me on my water bottle. If I find I'm struggling and having challenging, times or, day, I'll carry around a sticky note with my mantra on it, so I can come back to it at a moment's need, right? So we all are here to serve and to guide and to be a community. So please reach out and connect more. And I love to talk to you more. And otherwise, I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.